track.
Romero, you sexy bitch.
I can't not dance when this song is not dance.
Oh, slow it down, Papa. Your background is all right. This song's terrible. We get it.
God, dude, it's gonna go all right. There was that much work to do, but it's
Like new Doug cartoon. You get till that ends.
How we doing, guys? How you doing, Ross? Doing good.
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Turn that terrible music off.
No, no. it's beautiful. Makes me
It's
feel
really good. I love it. It reminds me of SpongeBob.
Isn't it?
Romero, how you doing, baby?
I'm good, man. I saw Nico yesterday. We played some catch in the park, drank some beers. It was like nothing was going on.
That's awesome.
It was really awesome. How you been? How was your trip?
It was good, man. Like I think I left my suit at the room, unfortunately, but
You left your what? Sorry.
like my garment bag, it was my suit that I brought down there.
I remember my first time
You
going.
had like 6 suits, bro.
Yeah, I like
You had some
drank
out.
a lot. We had some alcohol, and I think we left some articles of clothing there.
Perfect.
Perfect.
All right. I think I'm here. 35's in. Song 35 times in. I love just looping it. Like it's my favorite way to start Demo Shop because it gets me in the mood.
It's also great for background while we're just chit chatting like this. It's that perfect song, Ross. I don't know what you were doing, but you nailed it. So stop drilling. You struck oil, baby.
Yeah.
I got a track from Ross in here as a starter.
If I played Animal Crossing, this is what I would want to.
That's what everyone keeps saying. I've never played Animal Crossing, but a lot of people seem to be doing that with their time off, as we would call it. Romero, how are you doing, dude?
I'm good, man. Much better. Had a weird couple weeks, but last few days have been really good. And just kind of trying to ride this wave, trying to stay positive, stay up.
That is a good wave to ride, and I would continue to do that.
Yeah, that's why I'm
With
here
two
on a Tuesday
V's.
night. What's up?
Two V's, wait.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. All right, okay.
I get you.
Ross is high.
Ross is drunk and a little high, yeah.
Good.
Wow.
What are you guys drinking?
Can I tell you guys something? I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I made my first
I'm
ever.
drinking the
Bloody
virus
Mary today.
itself.
Ross is drinking the virus. Romero, what you got?
No, I said I made my very first Bloody Mary ever today. I've never made one until about an hour ago.
Dope.
And I thought it went really well. It tasted very good. I was
Nice.
excited for things to come when I experiment. You know what I mean?
That's cool. What'd you put in it? What do you put in a Bloody Mary?
A little tapatio and Tabasco. Little each, little salt, little pepper, little pickle juice, little vodka, little orange juice. Oh, not orange juice. Our V8 juice, and then what else? And some Worcestershire, and that was about it.
It's just anything you got lying around the house.
Yeah, that's what I kind of realized. It's just like a hodgepodge of, hey, is this gonna taste good? Well, fuck it, here we go. I'm kind of stoked on that. Next time I want to try like frying an egg and throw it in there or some shit.
Oh yeah. Hey, put a slice of pizza in there.
And I garnished with a pickle, salami, and a cube of cheese. It was perfect. It was great.
A cube of cheese, yeah.
A cube of queso. Queso cube. Romero's specialty. Hey Shane, good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, Shane dropped a track in here today.
Shabbat shalom, Shane.
Shabbat shalom. Did you guys play it already?
We have not played any tracks yet.
Okay, cool.
Just began. But I had another idea for this session, as well as our normal hang out and listen to music thing. I kind of want to listen to some tracks that a few friends have released recently that I haven't gotten to listen.
Is Randy currently demoing right now? What's happening? What is he doing?
I think he's trying to figure out. Oh, he's recording his podcast.
Oh yeah, he's finishing.
Is he recording vocals on my song, the Demo Shop theme song?
I really hope.
Oh, you made a theme song?
That's what. You want to hear it? This is the Demo Shop theme song. Here you go.
Turn them shits up. Start this off a little differently. I think what I want to do is play a non-demo track. I want to play a track from my friend Christina. She's put it out. It's in collaboration with someone who I have no idea who it is, but it's called. The track is called "Losing." The project name is called Sugar High, and the album that just came out, like maybe I think it was like yesterday, maybe. It's 7 songs, 20 minutes. It's an EP. It's called Love Addict. And I'm just gonna take over this screen using my other computer to see if this works. Damn, I just realized, Jeff, I should send you the new Gal Pal song we recorded.
Yeah, what the fuck? Email it to me right now.
Yeah, give me
this. King Woman, Christina?
Yes. So
nice.
She plays or also has other projects under the name King Woman, Miserable, Nightcrawler, which was my last live show that I saw before quarantine, was her as Nightcrawler. And I'm excited.
Is that named after the Jake Gyllenhaal movie Nightcrawler?
Ooh, potentially.
That's a great film.
See, that's the thing with this. We don't know, and we can't ask because she's not in here at this moment. Usually, the songs are in here, and we talk to them about them. But that's not the case today. So let me just do one more thing here. I'm still learning Zoom, kind of. But
yo, Jeff, what's your email?
I'll drop it in the chat right now.
Jeffrey Adam Wright at Gmail.
That's me. Man, I would really like to figure out how to do this on the other computer. Sorry, there's always a technical difficulty portion of Demo Shop that everyone has to sit through. So,
what's everybody drinking? We do a shot.
I've got this Nobilo wine. It's from New Zealand. I can drink it. I don't know if I can do a shot of it.
Wolfram Weeds IPA, baby. The local
My department is fine. We just need more bodies to make the lettuce.
Oh, my phone's gonna die. I'm gonna charge it. But
Bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna mute it and take this shot. Here.
I really want to play this track from my other computer, but I can't do it. Oh, I know what I have to do. Here, let's just do this. Hi. Oh, he took the shot. There he goes. Okay, so this track I'm gonna play is from Christina, and her project is called Sugar High. It's in collaboration with another person, and I'll try and get that information while this is happening. But the song's called Losing.
Nice.
That was cool. That was
I
really
think I like that one the most out of all of her projects. Christina, if you're in here, no offense. That's what I think.
I really like that track. It's like much chiller.
It just feels like a nice warm hug.
It does. It did.
And with maybe no clothes on.
Fair.
Okay.
You're back. Okay, so here, hold on. Let me mute that. Goodbye. Cool. Sorry, I have my laptop right next to me, so when I have it on, it makes a crazy echo sound. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. It was much different, and actually, I mean, I thought "Miserable" was her happiest thing that I've heard her produce and make before, but that was pretty happy and chill.
Yeah, I like a lot of the miserable stuff. This is definitely the poppiest thing I've ever heard from her, you know?
Yeah, I liked it a lot, and I thought the production was chill too, like actually chill and good. Okay, so not counting the track that Mr. Romero is sending to me, I have 8 songs in here. 3 from Cliff, 1 from Shane. Actually, one of them is the track that Madison sent in last week, and then another one is what we did to it afterwards, or I did to it.
Oh,
Um,
it's been abused.
Ross heard it yesterday. I sent it to him over, or no, maybe that was today. I don't know. Let's find out.
Today. Yeah, you're getting your days messed up. That was
Yeah,
today.
dude, there's no.
You sent it to us last night, and it sounded good.
Time isn't real. We're in
You
quarantine.
sexted it in there. You didn't send it. You just.
But the first track is one that Cliff sent me. Cliff told me that this is a ditched project for him. He doesn't have plans to do anything with it. But there is this track here, which I'm probably going to play last, actually. He said it took him 109 times to make it. I'm sure we'll talk about that once we get up to it. But this is one of the tracks that Cliff sent me. Was cool.
That was
Yeah.
cool, Cliff.
Thanks.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to make that?
That one, oh God. Not that long for that one because it's only like one sample repeating. It's a sample from a Paramore song, actually.
Oh. What's that little sliding noise? Like, what?
That thing, it's, I have this pack of sounds that are like they're all the sounds that are on like Nintendo 64 cartridges.
Yeah.
And so like they stored them on the cartridges like an octave up to save space, and then the games would play them like an octave down. And like there's just like, I'm pretty sure that's from like Mario Kart, and it's like an octave up of what it sounds like when you hit another cart.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Way cool.
Yeah. That's like the least finished of them for sure. The other songs are like extremely fleshed out in comparison.
Cool. Well, I mean, we're gonna listen to those too. Before we do that, though, I want to do one more thing. I want to do this sporadically throughout the session, but I'm gonna pepper in another track from a band of friends of mine that I haven't listened to yet.
Play it.
I've been wanting to. I just haven't had a chance to. But it's very different when you get to be intentional about your listening rather than just being like, I want to listen to music. I don't know what I want to listen to. I'll just put something on, which is something I've been doing constantly and not actually picking. I just like scream at Google and I'm like, Google, put on a playlist I'll like. And then that is the situation that I'm in because I'm lazy. But
part of it, I'm the same way you are right now, Jeff. Like I can't sit and focus on something in particular right now. I gotta just be like, hey, throw on something in the background I already know I like.
Right. Yeah.
I can't sit with anything just right now.
But that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. I think like I've discovered a lot of cool new music that I normally wouldn't by doing that. So, but it's all weird. It's all weird shit. Hold on. So this song is from Fearing. They're from Santa Rosa. They're dope. We've played a show or two with them. Their main member, I think his name is James, has been in a bunch of bands. Like my friends, like James Milner's and him used to be in this project called Teal, which was very cool. And he also played in this band with like a post-rock band with one of the like original post-rock bands from our area called Not to Reason Why. That wasn't the band he was in. That's the one from their area. The guitar player guy started a new band. I cannot remember their name, but we played a show with them. It was Completer's first show in Oakland. Romero was there. He played the bass.
You're ripping demos on Spotify right now?
I'm ripping songs that I've been wanting to listen to, but I haven't yet. This came out. So that track from Christina came out yesterday. That whole album came out yesterday. This came out, I think, last month, and I just haven't had a chance yet. So let's
cool.
Let's do the thing. Hold on, let me just make sure I'm set up correctly before we. Yes. And
real quickly, going back to that first night that first Completer show, I think that was the night I met Ross.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I met Ross.
The Lucky Duck.
Ross, I met you way late in the game as compared to like the rest of the guys.
I know. Was it the Lucky Duck? Was it Lucky Duck Cafe or?
It was the Lucky Duck.
Oh my God! I remember.
Is that place still there?
I don't know, but I remember sitting next to Matt's Musk and just taking it in because it was nothing like I'd ever experienced, and I loved it so much.
He smelled like an LA Mexican. This is great. I love this.
I just wanted to bathe in it forever.
But this band is like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna describe them. I'm just gonna play it. I think.
Yeah. Enough about the way that Matt smells. Let's listen to this song.
We can talk about how Matt smells. I don't want to be up until 1 a.m.
It might take a minute. He's got coffee.
That's all.
Way cool.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it was it's darker
Very
than
cool.
it used to be, which is cool. And then go back here. Beep. Okay, we're back. This thing needs to stop. Am I still doing?
I respect that because the way that I write songs, or when I do a lot of the same thing for a very long time. So it has a very similar vibe to it, you know? Because I'm too fucking stupid to write anything else. It's like it's easy to just literally Control C that shit or whatever it is. It's like
Control C V.
Control C, Command C, Command V that shit. Rather.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
sections.
I feel like the way I write songs is like loop one fucking part for like a year and then try to invite some new weird sounds into it slowly, I guess.
Well, I mean, Ross, let me tell you about beat making. You might have found your calling. Because that's the entire fucking game.
Ross is the next Kenny Beats. I'm calling.
Yeah, there you go, dude. You figured it out.
Kenny B.
Ross has got the formula, man. You did it for just going on for a year. You know,
that's it, baby. How do I make you forget? It's just a loop.
Cliff, did I miss your song?
Jeff played the first one, but that's like the least done one, anyways.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, that one, the beat's cool, but it's like it's just never finished, and you can tell compared to the other ones, which are like done.
For sure.
Done.
Jeff, no idea what you're saying, dude.
It's
because I mute myself.
Yeah.
The only thing I was gonna say about that track was that your first track, your first demo track that we just listened to, was like extremely thick from the beginning, and then it never went up.
Yeah, with the really thick bass part, and then it just doesn't have a moment where it for sure.
Okay, we're gonna put this. Okay, so the next one we're gonna listen to was from Shane, who was in here earlier, but he said his phone was gonna die. So we're gonna listen to it. He sent in a track last week that was sort of, I'm pretty sure it was like acoustic, and it was emotional.
Did you say the guitar player of Fearing passed away?
Yeah, his name is RJ. He's been in a lot of North Bay bands. Super
terrible.
sad. So, R.I.P. Anyways, let's go forward here, and this one's from Shane. He was in here earlier. I literally had no idea that Shane played music outside of keyboard and Green Gerry. This song in the tagline that he sent me has Green Gerry on it, so I'm excited to hear it. Let's go.
Cool.
Spreads across a sea of lines. I can't sleep, I can't get with the times. I can't look at myself through the eyes of someone else. But I bet if I could, I would see something good that I've been missing for all of my life. That I've been missing for all of my life. Yeah. the scent in my nostrils. You're not a sight to behold. You're just the hand on the Bible. You're just the crack of the whip. It's not about showing off what you got. It's about doing what you want and not getting caught. I packed up your smile in a neat little package. I'm going away for a while. I think that you'll manage.
Dang. I thought I was gonna be the only track on here that had a fade out ending. But
You're
not
wrong.
today.
We're dead wrong.
Do you think? Hold on. Let me see here. Here we go.
A ripple
There's a like
sleep.
that harmonica thing.
Listen
Where's
for
it at? Is that a harmonica or is that a human being?
voice.
It's a voice.
Okay.
That's just falsetto. Yeah.
So that's
Then-
essentially what Gerry does over A.O. Gerber's stuff, but a little more. He's got a lot more effects going through it for Gerb's stuff.
Are you talking about like right here?
a while. I think that you'll manage.
Just like harmonica. It's the same part.
Sounds like
Except like,
it's got like crazy Beck vibes, you know?
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it does sound like a Beck song for sure.
Yeah. I put this in the chat, but Ross, that song is one building loop. That's
Yeah,
one.
bitch.
That whole song is one part, and I like it.
Respect.
I like one part songs on a game.
Respect.
So Matt just sent me this track. It is from Gal Pal. Matt, can you speak to who Gal Pal is? I know who Gal Pal is, but
So Gal Pal is my youngest sibling's band who early last year I played bass for a couple shows, filled in, and then left, and A.O. Gerbs was playing bass for them, filled in. But since she left earlier this year, they had me come back to kind of play some shows prior to all this COVID shit and record this song. And what's funny about this particular track was that A.O. wrote a whole different bass part to it that I couldn't figure out because it was just didn't make any sense to me. So I wrote something completely different, and this is kind of what came out of it. But it's 7 minutes long. It's supposed to be 2 songs, Jeff. So you can stop it after like the 3:15 mark.
Okay.
It's supposed to be 2 songs. They sent it to me as one.
Let me go ahead and switch this to time, so I can know where we're at. and then another thing, these cool people in here don't know who A.O. Gerber is, but A.O. Gerber is I would call it Alex's current full-time like drumming project in LA. If I had to say, she's a like I don't know, is she a folk artist, Matt?
I would say so. Yeah, folk. It's got some pop, a lot of good. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
different. It's a really cool mix of a lot of different things.
And pretty much every single person I've played with in LA has been in AO's band. Or
Green Gerry is in her band now. Danny from Minnow, Alex from Minnow, and then
Madison was in the band for a long time. He actually this this track we worked on together is his first thing that he's worked on since being in AO, I think.
And so when Madison left, he gave the guitar spot to our friend Chris, who played a show with us and played 2 shows with us in Completer.
Yeah, I met Chris at Bottom of the Hill right before we played.
Sound check. Hey, nice to meet you. All right, we're playing later on. Cool.
Let's play, and it was sick. Anyways, this is a track from Gal Pal, who we also played with Chris in Santa Cruz, and I got to say, Matt's little Zerson. I don't want to misgender them on air here.
Sibling. They go by they them.
That is exactly what I expected. But they ripped it. It was amazing. So I'm excited to hear this. And when it gets to potentially the 3-minute mark, I will.
I don't know why people are like, I can't see them.
Okay.
Cool.
Yo, that was sick.
That was
Wow.
great. I really like that a lot.
She has an incredible voice.
So when I first started playing with them, she was doing more shouty kind of yelly stuff, and I was like, "This is cool." She sounded great. And then she came to like all this new stuff with this new material with singing more and using her. She's a what's it called? She's been naturally trained. So I was like, use your voice a little bit better. And she has been, and it sounds a lot cooler and smoother right now. And I'm happy with where they're kind of taking it.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Are these just demos that they're doing, or are they working on a new record, or what's going on?
So they're working on a new record. They wanted to eventually get in the studio over summer, but again, all with what's happening right now is kind of putting a stop in it. And we were originally going to go to Kenny Ty to record a few songs, which we thought was going to be awesome. But then right before all the Corona hit, they won studio time with this place called Balboa Studios here in Glassell Park.
Oh yeah.
Super sick. And so they're like, hey, we're just going to record there instead. I said, yeah, absolutely. It's free.
yeah, I gotta say, the
It sounds great.
was like extremely redeeming. I was about to be like, okay, let's go. I wish one more thing would have happened right before that vocal came in, but when the vocal came in, I was like immediately was just like sucked back in.
Yeah, and that song it's the same. It's like you guys talking about. It's the same part over and over again, and that's kind of how they write their songs. They don't know how to write in movements or kind of different pieces either. So there's like it's going to be the same thing over and over again. So that's when I came in. I kind of helped change it to a verse chorus kind of ability. And then when I heard the vocal too, I was like, okay, cool. This adds so much to it where it doesn't sound as repetitive anymore.
This is actually a perfect segue conversation into the next portion. So what we're talking about here is arrangement and sort of the idea of like you have one part, how do you make that part into a whole song, or like what do you use from, like, I feel like what I've been working on for a long time is figuring out like what's necessary and what's not necessary inside of like a track, and if it is necessary but not necessary like together, like as two clashing things together. So when I hear a lot of things, I hear a lot of like, wow, this could be really cool if it was just arranged differently. Like if this guitar part was not here, it was there, or like, you know, whatever. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to listen to Madison's track from last week that he sent in. This is what I'm going to play exactly what he sent in, and then he sent me a text and he was like, Jeff, I need you to fix it. And I was like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's like, he's like, I just don't know what else to do. And I'm like, I think you actually wrote a whole song. You just didn't arrange it like a whole song. And that was our conversation. So I started working on it last Thursday, I want to say, maybe Wednesday. No, it was Thursday because we did demo shop on Wednesday. But this is the track he sent me. So that's what he sent me, and
Yes.
I thought it was fuck. I mean, honestly, I was like, he was like, this is the first. He was. I think he was maybe a little apprehensive about it because it's the first thing that he's made, in like over almost a year and a half. But
no, that was sick.
yeah, he's played.
Nothing to be apprehensive about.
Yeah, he's played and completed for like, but he's playing like stuff that I wrote, and he's always happy to do that. He's played in UA too. We went and played with Russian Circles one time. That was very, very sick. Yeah, so he sent me that. But also, Ross and I have been watching Nights Live, which I mentioned almost every time on this. And it's with a pop producer. And it's like what he does isn't even write music. He does 99.99% of what he does is arrange music to be like accessible, I guess, or like flow better. So I don't know. I've been like kind of like studying and like messing around with that. And also I had some like vocal ideas for the track. So between last week and last night, actually, is when it was.
He's a regurgitator.
Yeah, he's a regurgitator. But also like between last night and between last week on Wednesday and last night, this is what I did to it. But we'll talk about how I did it afterwards, because I think you guys might be interested later. Yo. So that yeah, the fucking fade. I really wanted to have the only fade, but I guess not today.
That was really tight.
Thanks. Okay, so the coolest thing for me about it is that I literally didn't even pick up a guitar, a bass, like literally anything. I didn't do anything other than like vocals and arranging on this. So I took his drum part, I transposed it into my own drum machine, and then I added one drum part. Everything else is exactly what he did, but he sent me all the individual tracks, and I just like started arranging them in like places. And then I was like, oh, well, this part would sound cool if I just like made it sound like in space. Like like a bunch of plugins on But yeah, I don't know. It's been actually really educational to watch Nights live and have him literally not touch an instrument, but change a song so drastically.
Yeah.
Or like not actually do like literally any MIDI work or anything, but change a song so drastically by like adding arrangement. I mean, obviously the vocals add a lot and make the song much different from the other one, but 99.999% of what I did was arranging on the song. I just took things and like EQing and whatever. I don't know. That was a fun experience, a fun and new experience for me, and I think it turned out pretty cool.
I wrote it back, Jeff, but I like your on and on hook a lot, to the point where right now when you just played just the Maddie's part, I was already had it like seeing it in my head. I'm like, shit, it's already there.
You know what? It was like such a good thematic, like lyrical, like moment. It goes on and on, where the lead guitar part keeps harping on that same note and like keeps going back into it. It's just very like it's already something you're thinking. Like it's an obvious like choice.
It was right on the nose, Jeff. Right on the nose.
It's like in Hallelujah where he like says that he's gonna like sing the fourth and then it's a fourth.
Then the fifth.
Yeah,
and
you're
literally
like,
does
what?
a fourth to a fifth. And
what?
Oh!
Yeah, that part rules.
I don't know. I think a lot of my like vocal process lately has just been like exactly what happened on the track that you like. This track earlier, this shit right here. You were like laughing at it. I could see, but let's go. Like we're not saying words for a while, like, but it's definitely about like having a thematic thing. But 99.9 of what I've been doing, I've said that twice in the last 10 minutes. It's just like trying to find something that's comfortable, and then afterwards, like something that fits and something that's like, I don't know, hooky for like words.
No. Like definitely my like preference is like to write vocals with no lyrics and just get like a melody fit like that.
Yeah.
The reason why we did it that way is because I was like, you should just do this and not like worry about writing lyrics, because it's just like it's so secondary to like the melodic shape, and like you can figure out lyrics.
Yeah, all the cool shit comes afterwards with like the harmonies and all the stuff. But
exactly.
It's actually more exciting to be like recording and have it start as being like saying apple, banana, pear, potato, and then it morphs into like something that's like, oh, this is sounding cool, and now I have like meaningful words, and now after I have the words, I can start layering harmonies on those, and now it sounds like a song. Finally, we've done it.
Definitely.
It's funny. I used to think that was so ass backwards. I toured with this band a long time ago who did just that, and I would get not angry, but like I was frustrated. I'm like, how are you writing melodies first before you putting the words in? And kind of getting a little older, and now even talking about it with you guys, it makes so much more sense. Like, yeah, you can kind of find words that are going to fit those shapes that still have very much meaning to you, but you're going to want to find the melody and kind of create a beautiful thing first.
I think there's a lot of different types of songwriters in the world, but like the songwriter who picks up an acoustic guitar and then like writes like beautiful like
hey there Delilah
guitar
yeah, exactly.
Hey there, Ross Traver, what's it like wherever you are?
No, I literally can't do that. Like, it's not possible for me to do.
Yeah.
It takes so much analytical, divisive, knowing exactly what the full picture of everything would be before I even decide I'm gonna like do a vocal, which is for some people like ridiculous. Someone's like, "You just pick up that guitar and we play Wonderwall right now."
Right.
Great
Yeah.
song.
For me, I'm like, that's awkward, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so this next one is from Ross. He says it's starter, so it's not. He says like one part, which
All my songs are starters. They're not real songs. So.
everything. Okay, so what a starter is basically something I would throw in the box after this, and then we could work on and add to production wise, because it's not finished.
I hope it sounds less like a toy fucking Nickelodeon song than the.
To be honest, that theme song is more real than like most songs I've ever written.
The theme song, it's just like it like the.
Let's get it one more time.
Yeah, play it one more time. Play it one more time.
I'll play it while you're talking. Go ahead.
Oh no, don't! You played it 30 times. Don't play it again.
It's just like the vibe of the theme song. It's insidious. Like something about it is like horror movie ass, and that's what I like about it.
Something about it makes me wonder why I live.
It feels like Patrick Bateman's about to kill me.
Terrible, and I hate it. It sounds like a fucking Rugrats thing.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah, dude. I don't. You should be proud of that. No.
Honestly.
It's
like
it
very
makes me
proud.
it makes me so happy. It's so good.
Okay.
That being said, Ross, I know you say this is only a starter, but I bet this whatever you have is also going to be fire, and it's going to be another theme song of some kind. So
Yeah, we can replace the original with this new one.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to start making shows to fit all of Ross's theme songs.
So it's the theme shop. The theme shop.
Yeah, we'll call it the theme shop.
The theme shop name is what the fuck? I don't know. That's the name of the file. The name of this file is named Hot as Fuck. So
It has been very hot lately.
It's an appealing name, so
right.
I'm ready for it.
let's go. Let's do this. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah, but that's like seriously done. Like you could, it's at this point, it's just about like figuring out like, okay, like how to make an intro out of this, how to like, what's a verse part going to be? What's a chorus part going to be?
Yeah,
like,
I'm really bad at the arrangement part of it all, you know? Like I can come up with one stupid thing and then like loop it for 4 hours.
I mean, just strip things back until you have like a part that stands out as like, oh, this could be a verse, this could be a bridge part, or just strip things back, just like one by one.
Inside of this track that you just sent me, I heard 4 different parts. So you have like the keyboard, you have the drum part, and why I said you should just add like a shimmery acoustic and a vocal is that would add 2 more parts, which would give you 2 more options to like change the arrangement in a drastic way when you don't really need to do that, but it'll change it enough to turn it into like a full fleshed out song.
Right.
That's a contender for work on after this.
That's like probably 100% the one you could work on, because like that's all the stuff you're talking about. Like you'll get to do that for this.
No, I have a sleeper track. I also have a sleeper track for that as well.
I'm gonna subscribe to the Ross method from now on. I'm just gonna like make good songs, undersell them, and call them stuff like "fuck this song," "fuck you."
Yeah, this sucks. This is trash.
See how far I go.
This demo shop experiment is actually just a whole fucking ploy for me to steal all of Ross's songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Shut up.
I just need to starting podcasts so I can put these songs to them.
Yeah, for
The entire time, Michael. That's the intro to a true crime podcast.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. Can I talk about one like arranging thing in this song before you do it? And since like you're just talking about arranging shit.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, I was about to say we should kill some time and talk about something. Go ahead.
No. So like one thing I did in this song that like works super well is like, so there's like, you'll hear the melodic elements. It's like there's a bass part, there's a chord thing that's like a synth chord, and then there's like a synth lead and like a glockenspiel, like a bell part. And like technically the synth lead and the glockenspiel are only playing the same melody, but they're like panned hard left and right, and they almost like trade off bits of the melody. So it sounds like way more complicated than it is.
Literally what you just said sounds like like trigonometry. Without hearing the song,
you'll hear it. Just like listen, like think there's like a melody that's not the singing, and like if you pick up on it,
every conversation I've ever had with Cliff.
Yeah,
it's like before we even hear it, it's like so there's glockenspiel and hard left.
Play it. I'll explain it at the end. Play it.
All right. So this one, as you can tell, before I even introduced it, is from Cliff. It's one of his 3 tracks that he has submitted tonight, and there is a glockenspiel somewhere in it. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. That was super. Yeah, I think that was super sick.
Who is she?
It was this girl that I used to do stuff with, and then like she just like moved to New York, and she doesn't have like, I don't think I have her phone number, and she has like no internet presence.
That's the best way to be.
Yeah, but the reason why you ended up being in sight, Ross, is because she flaked. And like at the time I was like, oh, it's fucking shitty that she didn't respond to me about being in this band. I can't wait to finish her other band. And then I figured out like later, like, oh, she lives in New York now. She's just gone.
Why do you collaborate with those types of people?
I don't know.
Flaky people?
No, I thought it was cool, and honestly, I think two things about this. I think that it's very, very well put together, but my two criticisms would be, I don't know. I can't tell if there's a hook anywhere. Like anywhere, I'm not sure where.
Yeah, that song is weird because there's like not really a chorus.
Well, there's
like,
also, but I also have no idea what she's saying.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. The one thing that sticks
you
out,
can tell that she's capable of writing a hook, though. There's something somewhere there, you know.
Yeah, for all of these songs, like I had no conception of like, oh, you need to make vocals louder. So like the last one too, the vocals are just like too fucking quiet, and like I seriously think I deleted all the project files. Like I don't think I can save them at this point.
The only other thing I'll say, which is really funny that I'm going to say this because I was talking about the glockenspiel before.
Oh yeah.
Before the track, is that you should do an anti-chorus on this where you just drop it to glockenspiel, vocal, and drums, and that's it.
That would have been sick.
And then,
I agree.
That's literally it. Maybe like a bass with the kick drum, like a dun dun dun.
Yeah.
And then a dun dun dun.
Yeah, she's got a good voice. There's definitely a lot of potential there for some cool stuff.
Dude, she was like so ridiculously talented and like put in zero effort. It was just like one of those people where like if she like had wanted to be a professional musician, like she totally could have. She just like did not. Like she was also like good looking and like everything that you need in order to do that, and just like didn't do anything. It's pretty crazy.
It's funny. I liked the vocal parts until Jeff pointed them out, and then I went, "Wait a minute."
Well, no. There's nothing wrong with them. There's just nothing memorable about.
Yeah,
No, there wasn't. You're right. There wasn't a stick out part or a hook.
Yeah, there's not the part where it's like what.
I think it's a combination of two things. It's a combination of obviously the mixing on the vocals. It's below the kick drum. Like you can't hear the vocals over the top of the kick drum.
Yeah.
But then also there's no. It's like a conscious like flow of thought style vocal over the entire thing.
Yeah.
But there's no like repeating part, which is something I like. Like I have an issue. Sometimes I'll record two choruses and I won't know which one to go with because I like them both, and I'll have to pick one.
Yeah.
You know? Because
the flow of consciousness thing you mentioned is actually kind of what I was going. What I thought about it. It sounded like she does have a great voice and she's got great pitch and everything, but it sounded like when you're jamming with someone for the first time and they're coming up with something and then found a cool little line and then stuck with that over and over again, as opposed to breaking out of that. Kind of what it sounded like. But other than that, everything else.
It's hard to when like that kind of like thing, because like that is legitimately a loop. You know what I mean? It's like a 4-second synth sample that's like repeating the whole time, and like it makes it even more brutal if the vocal doesn't sound like a chorus, because there's nothing else in the song to be like, "Hey dummy, it's chorus time." "Hey fucking stupid, we're doing a chorus." And like it's always the hardest part with that stuff is just like how to differentiate. You know what I mean?
And you almost have to do that. "Hey, dummy, here's the chorus. You're listening to the song. Here it is."
It's really hard.
Exactly.
I found it to be much harder when you're working with someone who isn't yourself, because like I'm super critical on myself and think about all those things, but then also seems condescending when you're trying to talk to someone about it because it makes it seem like you know more than them. But it's not really the case. It's more just like a timbre sort of like sound flow thing.
Yeah. Right? No, it's like a je ne sais quoi thing where like you cannot explain what it is, but like when you listen to like Knives Out, like that Radiohead song, when the chorus comes in, you're like, that's the chorus.
Right. You're like,
there it is.
Like it sounds like a flow of thought. Like that's a great example. That whole song sounds like a flow of thought, like constant sort of like there's no, but like, you know, when the chorus comes in because like they drop it like a key for like a second. Like,
yeah.
Like, you know,
like your brain just knows. It's so weird, like how it happens sometimes.
And sometimes people can be trying for that, and if it still doesn't happen when you hear it, that means it wasn't achieved.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so I wanted to, while we're here, have you guys participated at all in Bandcamp Friday?
What's that?
What is that?
So last month, Bandcamp dropped all the fees that they take from artist music.
Yeah.
March, I want to say 4th, and they raised $4.3 million for artists and musicians around the world who basically put up stuff to download. Personally, I made like $500 that day just by,
Man.
yeah, I don't need to lie.
Hey Jeff, can I borrow $500? I'm really poor over here.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so
Sounds-
sick.
Sounds
Yeah, maybe
tight.
having a whole family mortgage payment and
Hey Jeff, you can keep that $500. You're right.
okay, no, I didn't mean to flash on you. It's dumb.
No, I get it. I got a cat. He sucks.
I'm mentioning this because what I did, I heard it was happening probably like a week and a half before it was happening, and UA literally has, I want to say, 4 EPs worth of like unreleased material that's just like sitting, like not even used. That is not Formation. That has never been heard by anyone other than maybe Ross, me, and anyone who's played in the project, which would include Randy, who's gone. Wait, no, he's not gone.
Randy's here.
He's clocking Spielberg.
Yeah.
Man, just very, very quiet.
Fucking Spielberg.
Jeff, can I ask you a question? There was this one time when you lived at the other place still that you showed me this UA song that was like super doomy.
Oh, that one's out.
What song is that?
It's named Feud, and we released it on Coffee, which is
Yo, throw Familiar Flower up on this fucking thing right now. Let's hear that.
That's what I'm about.
I love that song, and we should play it right now.
I'm about to play it. So this song never made. Okay, so there's a lot of songs that never made it onto Formation, the record that just came out. A lot, literally like 17. Last month I released 5 of them for 24 hours only, which it was on Bandcamp Friday. I was like, I'll release these songs on this day, and you can only download them on this day and listen to them on this day on Bandcamp only. And it was tight. Like a lot of people downloaded, a lot of people participated, and it also a lot of people bought the new record Formation during that time period, which was really cool. But there's a whole other like EP that I dropped in 2018 that I took down because I didn't feel it was ready. I thought like Formation was the record I wanted to release, and now I can release all these things. So this is part of the EP I was going to release in 2018 called Universal Completion. 2 songs were up for a while. I'm going to put up those 2 songs as well as this one and maybe one more on Friday. And here it is. This is just so everyone knows, we recorded, I think, 80% of this live at Secret Bathroom, RIP, with Andy Oswald. And it's Alex on the drums. Sorry, Ross, but it is. It's Alex on the drums. Chris Sturm is on guitar. Randy's on bass. I'm on guitar. And Tyler Thalkin, who's not here, is ripping the 3rd guitar.
That's the worst band I've ever heard of.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
guys were talking about that part, I just remember distinctly when it's really funny because we played this song more times with Ross than we played with Alex. Which is really...
Yeah, I've seen Ross play that song for sure. As soon as I heard it.
No, but that part we played it.
No comment.
We played it at Starline when we were playing with King Woman, and it was like sold out at Starline.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude! I just remember playing that part and being like, "This is really sick. This is very cool."
Yeah.
The whole show was very cool, but I just remember this song being how it should sound in that room. Finally, because it sounds like shit in a very small room, if I'm being honest, because it needs to sound really big when you play it, and if it doesn't, it's really difficult. Maybe that was one of my issues with it.
It's one of my favorite songs that we've ever done, dude, for sure. No, hands down.
Well, it's coming out on Friday, and I'm gonna put it up on Friday. But I'm putting it up as part of like a subscription service because there's literally like probably 19 UA albums on the Bandcamp at this point or something. Like there's so many that I'm just gonna put like a button where you can click and get all of them for like $10, including this.
Hey Jeff, I heard the bass player quit, so I want to be in that band now. Is that cool?
Mr. Stat did not quit.
He did. He told me in a different chat. He texted me and said, "Hey man, just want to let you know that I quit. You can take my spot."
Mr. Glockenspiel.
You can be Glockens. Oh, you changed your name? Lame.
Whack.
You should change your name to
Muffler. What was it?
Muffler Guillermo.
Muffler Guillermo.
Matt,
while we're on this,
completer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, while we're on this subject though, Matt has played with me in Completer. He is in Completer. Randy has played in both Completer and UA. So I think it might only be fair if you sit a few.
Yeah, if you just take a few off.
I get to my rights at least 2 shows, at least 2 UA shows.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's like prima nocta.
It really is. You got to be there too, Randy, and watch me just sleep with your bass parts so hard.
Yeah.
Is it just the 5 of us in here now?
Hell yeah! No, there's 7. No, there's 6. Yeah, sorry, I'm in here twice because I'm watching on my laptop. Yeah. So, Cliff, why don't you tell us about this track, the last track of the night I'm gonna play?
So like this is made out of like a sample from like an early piece of music, and so like the sample is just a drone. Like it's an instrument that's like a violin, but it's literally one string and it can play one note, and then the person sings over it, and like that is the worst thing you could ever try to sample. Like it's just like that's why there's 109 versions of this, is because it's like there's no chords in the sample at all, and so like all of the harmony you have to imply, and it sucks ass.
Can you tell me about the timeline at which it took you to make 109 versions of this song?
It's just literally like you'll hear, so like number one, this song has a bridge in it, which when you make sampling music is like it's impossible to make a bridge. Like fucking impossible to find something that sounds similar enough to be in the same song but different enough to be like noticeably a bridge. And so it was like I made the song, I wanted a bridge, I kind of figured out how to do it, and then it took forever. And then you'll also hear like there's a ton of like random extra shit just to attempt to make it not fucking boring, because it's just like this one sample with a drone that goes the entire time. And so you're like trying to hide that that's happening. Like this is the worst idea ever. Never attempt to make something like this. It's such a bad idea.
You got it. I won't.
Yeah.
Or actually, I don't know. If it's really sick, I might. But we don't know yet. So let's listen to it and find out.
Yeah.
Last night I dreamed that we woke up in 2013. When you said you still love me, remember saying those things before I heard about what you did with your ex-girl back at her crib. How was I supposed to forgive your selfish mindlessness? These days I'm by myself, but I am on top.
Okay, so first of all,
that was like 99. That was 90% better than all the other stuff that you sent. I would say in the track.
I know.
It's.
I know that.
I like that. Yo, yeah, you should always have her sing in the lower register. No,
Hey.
with that. And then if she has to do the higher one, just make it a harmony or something. Put it down in the back. You know?
Yeah, I know. The thing she wanted to rap, like that was like the thing she wanted to do, and like the whole time was me just being like, don't just trust me, just fucking sing like this. I swear to God. Like
it's funny you say that because I kept waiting for a rap part from her.
Dude, I have another song that's like the hardest beat I've ever made, but she's like trying to rap on it. I'm like, damn, I don't like this. And
are you saving that for next week or what?
I don't think I'm gonna show it to anybody. Like it's too embarrassing.
There's nothing embarrassing in Demo Shop. I have editing capabilities. We can take it.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you next week. It's like
I've been sending Cliff white girl, like cringy white girl rap on Instagram lately. I'll cue you in on this, Jeff.
It's not super cringy. It's more like I've never mixed somebody rapping and I did not know how to do it and I did it bad. And
maybe that's like, something to work on.
Yeah, because rapping is usually the vocals are hella dry and like compressed. And I did
rapped on something recently on accident without knowing. And then I was like, I don't know if I like this, so I just left it. I've left it and I haven't touched it since.
Yeah. I'll send it to you. It's definitely super funny. But yeah, that song was really hard to make. Don't make a song like that.
No, I don't know why you're just fucking like literally sitting on this in your computer. Why it just exists in your computer.
I don't have the project.
Is this a WAV file?
Yeah, that's all I have.
What the fuck are you doing? Put it on the internet.
I'll put that song up. That song sounds
okay. Fun. There are so many artists in the world now who exist on one song, Spotify. Like literally, there are so many. Like Lil Nas X. I'm sorry, had one single song, and then when he released his like 5-song EP, at that moment he was like playing the VMAs.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just like I guess I was just like heartbroken about it because I put a lot of work into these songs, and then it was just like. So it was like a part of my life where I'm like, I'm just done with that now. Well, like, I'm just fuck this. I'm never doing this shit again.
I mean, this brings me to another good thing that's cool. I think maybe that should be cool to talk about between musicians and friends is that like, and it's a good segue to the next piece, which I just dropped into the project and I think everyone might appreciate it. Being a musician and being a songwriter and being a like collaborator with people, it's all about being, I don't know, open and sort of like flowing. So like when we were very young, Cliff, I took like members of the band and people who we were playing with very, very seriously, as like a very serious piece of like my path forward. As I took it as like, I can't move forward unless these people move forward.
Yeah. Which
as I get older, I had to make a choice whether I wanted to continue like moving forward, even if it was alone, or like wait, you know. And I think like in general, more collaboration and more people involved in what you're doing it makes it much better. Like this whole demo shop thing, everything is cooler when you have other people, but I don't think it should be a stifling thing when someone isn't available or in the same headspace as you to do it.
Oh yeah, it was just like I didn't like I was like I want to make things with a singer on it. I can't sing, so like, and also it's just like the way I was working on these is I was doing like 95% of the work, and like I don't know, like it just there was a certain point where like I was just like, oh, I don't think I can do this anymore. I don't have any ideas. Mm-hmm. Until like maybe like a month ago, basically. You know what I mean?
How many people? I get what you're saying, and also, I've always resigned myself to being the 95 person, like the 95%er, and then trying to make it as easy and like
Yeah.
fun for everyone else, because it's more of my thing. That's been my experience recently, but it is really nice. Like this thing with Madison that we just did, it was like a huge relief for me. I won't lie. Like it felt really good to collaborate with him in that way and also have the product come out how it did and me put not 99% into it and put more like 70. And I think
Yeah.
that sounds cool.
That's definitely my preference. Like that's why I like doing the Feeling Sad stuff so much, is it was Matt and I just like basically I'm more like 40-60 with him doing slightly more. You know what I mean? And like I don't know, I feel more, I guess I feel more confident in the thing too, is like when even stuff like this, when I know that I made like most of it, it's like I don't really know if this is good.
I know, I feel that way all the time.
I have no fucking clue on some
I
level.
walked out of the room after I finished that track last night, the one that I played, the Maddie track, and I was like, I have no fucking clue if this is good. I
Yeah.
just looked at the boys and I was like, is this good?
Yeah, I just don't. And like even listening to this stuff now, I'm just like, is this fucking horror? Like it's just
there's nothing. There's
it's just
nothing.
like a blank zone.
All right. From the three things you sent me tonight, the other two tracks are definitely still like a demo. This is a song you can put up right now. To me,
That's crazy. I should put it up.
Speaking of,
yeah,
we're gonna. You should put it up, but we're gonna go on. So I'm gonna do a stats check right now. We've got us 6 in here, and I think we have 2 people on the YouTube. But so Ross plays in another band, and it's called Waves, and we're gonna play a new song.
Is this a Waves mix?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
When's the record come out, Ross?
I don't know, man. I think they want it to come out at like sometime in June or July, but
Ross, are you gonna get fired for doing this?
No, I'm gonna delete it off the edited video after this. But if you're watching it live right now, you're gonna be able to see it.
Yeah, don't be a snitch. If you're on YouTube, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, snitches get stitches. All really watching on YouTube.
Who probably never expected to hear a song off the new Waves record right now, but they're.
I've never listened to a song off of any of the old Waves records.
Oh, what? Same, dude. Same.
Before we go on, I would start with "Afraid of Heights."
That's a good one to start with. Yeah.
That's one of my faves. But here we go. This is Waves. It's called "With You."
Yeah.
This is our boy Ross on the fucking skins. So.
Ross, should we take our shirts off of this or what?
Sure. Yeah. Do it.
Go ahead. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's like so needed right now. Like that type of music. Like everyone's so fucking bummed.
Dude, I think the bridge part is like my favorite thing that happens on that song.
Oh, dude, just like the compression blown out drums. Like, is it on tape? What's the deal? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's using a lot of like extremely expensive compression gear, and he has like so much. Like, it's the guy that did the Yeah Yeah Yeahs record, so he's like, I'm rich and I have gear, and
let's fucking use it.
That's so tight. It sounds amazing.
It sounds really good.
Yeah, he really pushed those fucking drums. You can tell with that compressor.
It sounds like almost more aggressive than other Wave stuff I've heard because of that with your drumming.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
almost gets that like cloud.
That's such dude. That's like honestly like one of the more modest sounding ones. Like I want to send you guys some more. I mean, I could.
Dude, yes.
Save it.
If you want to hear the whole fucking record right now, we could listen.
I mean, just send it to me personally.
Save it for next week. But I definitely heard like 3 tracks off of this. That
might be the one that's like a potential single, I guess.
Yeah. That makes sense. The one thing I've noticed about these is, and I'm definitely not bashing this right now, but one thing I've noticed about the whole mix and about the whole track. Hold on. Okay, so you hear that? Let's just go over to fucking what's the song with drums? Well, these are fake drums, so
it's really bright, right?
Yeah. It's like a level of like treble and brightness that is literally not possible to get to using gear that's not $100,000.
Yeah, no, I know. Like
grab
It's
that,
almost
like
it's almost too much.
above. No. That's what makes it sound really intense and like lively and snappy, and it makes you feel like you want to move. Is because like it's so bright and beautiful.
Okay, can I send you one more song or?
Yeah.
It's like literally you can't get it using any of the gear I'm literally sitting in right now. Like it's in, like you cannot, like you listen to something and you hear it like, and it's like bright, like when you hit a cymbal and you're like, ow, it hurts my ears. But then when you record it and you listen back to it, like,
Beats.
Yeah, those are new beats. Yeah.
Yeah.
He literally had a. So I went to this guy's house, his home studio, and he had like a fucking piece of a headphone in between the hi-hats, and I was like, hey, do you want these here between the hi-hats here? And he's like, oh yeah, don't move those, like everything on the kit, just don't touch the kit, it's just like, okay, sure. It was very much like he had dialed in his tone and didn't want anyone to fuck with it, and I was like, I'm noticing there's a weird fucking piece of material between these two cymbals. Are these supposed to be here? Or what's going on? And
I've never heard of somebody doing something like that before. It's usually you're trying to like get rid of hi-hat.
Right, and he's
not
just
emphasize it.
He's not trying to get rid of it. He's
like,
trying
don't be a fucking superhero. Don't touch anything. I was like,
right.
Okay, dude, like, I'm just
fucking superhero.
I'm just trying to fucking point out what's happening. This is weird. I've never recorded a song like this before,
I imagine you, Ross, when he says don't be a superhero and it cuts to you and you're wearing a Hawaiian shirt open holding a beer. All right.
Literally,
That's cool.
It's like don't be a fucking naked superhero as I lay sprawled out on the couch.
All right, we're going to the second track. I just got it in text. I dropped it in. I got fast internet here. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. That was cool. It doesn't even like it almost doesn't sound like him singing, which is crazy.
It's funny because the guitar player, his name is Alex, he wrote that song in 2014, and they decided to turn it into a real song in 2019, I guess.
Hey, that happens. Actually, I this is hard to say, but I took every single project file on my hard drives and computers and deleted every single one before December 2019, which is a lot. It was 300 gigabytes of project files, which is a lot of songs that I was like fucking around with for years, like probably 7 to 10 years of just like opening it and being like, I don't know, and then closing it. But I just deleted them. I was like, I'm no longer doing that anymore, and I did that like 2 weeks ago. So that's the thing. That's the thing people do. Sorry, I'm just so okay. Ross, that sounds great. Honestly, all of it sounds really good. I'm
super fucking sick, dude.
I'm stoked to hear the whole thing when it comes out or whenever you send it to me.
Thank you.
I think
that was all you did down here in LA, right?
What's that?
You did all that down here in LA, right?
Yeah, Gold Diggers, or was it Gold Diggers, and then it was like at his house, his home studio.
I haven't been to that Gold Digger studio. I hear it's right.
What's that dude's name again? Alex recorded with him.
The guy that did it was Dave Sitek, but Gold Diggers is another dude.
Okay.
Both of those places are really cool.
Yeah, no. I just saw nice live artist Saint Panther just did a live session at Gold.
Dude, I saw that. It's so good.
You know what's really cool? And also really weird that I will say out loud right now is that like watching nights live and doing demo shop every week, even if it like there was one week where there was like 30 fucking people in here, which was crazy. But then like this week it's more chill, but it's like more musical, like philosophy stuff than I've done in a long time, just because I've been busy like working full time. And like collaboration and like music in general. So it's been cool. I will thank quarantine and shelter in place for that at least. I just dropped another track in here. Randy gave it to me last week, but we're going to listen to it again because I finally have all the multi tracks for it.
It's longer too. What I sent last week was like half of a song. So.
Yep.
Did Ty ever put bass to it?
He never did.
Dude,
Yeah.
it sucks because I have a cool bass part, but I have zero recording capabilities. And it comes down, I'm like, damn, I want to do something.
This is what demo shop's for. So when we're done with this, we're gonna pick between this song or Ross's song, which is really because they live together.
I just sent you another one because I want to know. There's a few songs that they're trying to figure out for singles, and I want to get your guys' opinions.
Okay, we'll listen to that one next.
Or we listen to opinions.
I want to get your stupid opinions.
Randy, I'm gonna rip a little limiter on your thing to get it up to the same volume, so we're not.
Ross, want to take a shot?
Yeah, baby. Sorry for showing her, underpants.
Yo, no, I didn't even notice. Okay, let's go. This is Randy's track he sent in last week. Its current name.
Are we taking a shot, Matt?
Yeah.
Yo, Matt, where you at, bro?
I'm here, bro. Oh, okay, sweet.
Taking shots, yeah.
Here, I'll grab my wine here. Let me just fill up. Hold on.
Yeah, we've been here for 2 hours. We deserve a shot. It's 2 hours almost on the dot right now, 10:30. So here we go.
I
I was
appreciate
late, but I still deserve a shot.
Thanks for coming to my dumb demo shop.
There is nothing in this. I need to get more alcohol. I'll be right back.
We all just took it.
I just drink water.
Randy's healthy today. I guess while we're sitting here, I'll just level your track while it's here. Sorry, give me a sec. Perfect. We're done. We're leveled. He's gonna sound as loud as everyone else, and then you ready to follow up a wave song or?
All right, I got it. Here we go.
White Claw. Let's go.
You're a claw-abiding citizen, my friend.
All right, so this is Randy's track, a stay-at-home track. Recorded it on 420, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay. All right.
Those slaps, baby.
Yeah, man. You know what? I feel really happy that I have all those tracks, and also I kind of want to fuck with it tonight just to show you how sick it is when you have Logic and how easy it is. Because I'm gonna literally take that drum part that you have, make it sound real,
Nice.
and then also I'm gonna do it in like 15 minutes, maybe, and I'm gonna take the whole fucking thing, and I'm gonna do it.
It's funny because that middle beat, everything on it is real. It's just like sampled. But
Well,
I like replace it with real, but it still sounds like pretty shitty.
What's the thing? Okay, so okay, when you're sampling, and I have a lot of drum engines to do this. And Randy and I have talked about this actually in depth. He there's been UA songs I've released, and he's been like, "Wait, those aren't real drums."
Yeah.
He's like, "You're serious? I've been listening to this for this long, and Ben in this band had no idea. Like, those are real drums." But yes, there's a way to do it, and the thing is that you can get drum samples, but if you don't get drum samples that have a snare hit at like a all the way up to a ba, you have to have like a ta 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 ta, and then you have to program in velocities.
Velocity, baby.
And you have to program in. Yeah. Thankfully, Logic has released Drummer, which is amazing, and I'll show you guys all why after this, because by itself, not so great. Not the greatest piece of equipment, because it still kind of sounds fake. But
what DAW are you in, Jeff?
Logic.
Oh, okay. There's like some built-in like MIDI effects into Ableton to where you can like affect the velocity and like give it a randomizer and give it like parameters to work with.
Yep.
So
okay.
If you have someone like working with a hi-hat, you'll like give it like you can give it a natural like swing, or you can give it somewhere in the effect of like a human actually.
Yeah. So after this, they have the same exact thing in Logic, but you can drag it off and take it. I'll show you after this. We're going to work on Randy's track after this for a second, so I can show you guys this very cool feature in Logic. I do not work for them, but I use this a lot. And then also in combination with an actually good drum sampling engine that has like I have Tune Track Easy Drummer, and it has Ash Sloan. I have like the Ash Sloan samples. I have a bunch of other samples from a bunch of other drummers, but I'll show you the difference it makes between what Randy is doing, which is using sampled drums with no velocity to create his sounds, versus using sampled drums with multiple velocities, humanized and like midied out to a point where it's like together. But before we do that, Ross has more questions about what the next Wave single is going to be. So we're going to put two more tracks in here and let's go. This one is the one that I think is the single. This one he sent to me like 5 months ago, maybe 3 months ago.
Fuck yeah, let's hear it.
And I think this one's a single. I told him that straight out. But this is one of my favorites. It does also have the 4 count in. Any single should have a 4 count in if you're in, like Ross is in, and I believe it to be that's really catchy. Let's go. So I have many. I have not many, but I have a few thoughts about why that's the one.
Okay. Tell me.
I have one on why that's the one. Go.
Okay. For one, it's a ripper song. It just is. It doesn't cross a crazy boundary like the other one does. The other one's just like, I'm rocking the entire time. This one, you get to calm down a bit, get into the fucking crazy guitar solo that you said the producer made that no one wanted.
Yeah, no one played that guitar solo. You know it was the producer. When you can afford a producer, he's gonna play everything, and it's gonna be like nobody in the band can play this instrument. Like, what the fuck why'd you do that? No, we can't recreate this.
The other thing is that the song is super nostalgic back to like Afraid of Heights era Waves. Like, it really is. It reminds me of that, like his tone of how he's singing in the chorus. Reminds me of that like nostalgic feeling of Waves. And I think to
Right.
get people interested in like whatever new, if you've started to move into a new direction, you have to start off with something that they can like associate with.
Totally.
Which would be my first reason why that should be the single. The second one is that it just sounds great, and that fucking solo is so sick.
The thing about it is this record, he said specifically, I don't want to be associated with Fiddler.
I've literally never heard Fiddler other than that nice live session where he fucked up that track so bad I had to leave.
So he wrote a lot of songs. He's like, I want to sound more like Beck than Fiddler. So
Well,
that's kind of what led us to this whole album, I think. And if you have that other one that I sent you, Caviar,
I do.
that's like a more relaxed one. It's cool. It's like a potential single or whatever. But
That's the thing with stuff like this, though. I think you need like an ease in to that. You know, you can't like. I think that's one big. If I may, I think that's one big issue that Culture Abuse had is they had no ease in from
right.
what they were
Totally.
doing to what they wanted.
Yeah. There was no bridge, right?
It was like you guys released, what was it, the song with the bees or something?
Yeah, fuck that song.
Straight out from releasing the music video where he's like doing coke and like
Exactly. It made no sense. Yeah, there was no transition,
into a
right?
microphone, and you just like you have to be able to transition people. You can't just like go and do that because there's going to be people who are just not on board.
No, I 100% agree with you.
And it'll make people interested to see like what other interesting things are happening on the record if you already have something that interests them, right? And you already know what interests them.
I'm just afraid that the only interesting things / songs that we have on this new record are like the 4 singles that we're showing everybody, because like the rest of it is kind of it feels like it's sort of like four really good songs and then like 5 really mediocre songs.
I said this in the last demo shop. It's really, really fucking hard to write 8 to 12 very good songs. It's not. It's literally really hard. Like it takes years of your life, and people, I think, have realized that, and I think society has realized that. And I definitely listen to artists who I love like 4 or 5 of their songs, and I don't like all of them, but I don't fault them for it. But like Spotify in general, the whole culture around just like releasing a good single, like there's bands that release like one single, one song every like 8 months, and that's the only thing they do. They don't release records. Like I think we're from a dying breed of generation of musicians who think that a record is valuable.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A lot of like my favorite rappers, like I am kind of doubtful they'll ever come out with like a real project again. They just drop singles like constantly. You know what I mean?
No, and I follow a bunch of like yeah, it's pretty common in electronic and like rap and stuff like that for singles to come out. But like I follow a few rock artists, and if I may say, I'm extremely impressed about June Swoon. Her last track that just came out. I don't know, what was that? 2 weeks ago? 1 week ago?
Yeah, she just dropped it.
She dropped that thing. She's getting press on it. She's getting plays on it. You know what? And you know what? Before we go into the last Waves track, let's listen to her track.
Let's do it.
Really quickly about that last Wave song, though, I think to kind of piggyback off what you were saying earlier, Jeff, it's like, I think that's what we need. It's happy, it's upbeat right now, especially with the summer kind of coming around. It's just sort of like a good summer jam. And then I was like getting a drink when I heard it, and it reminded me of like I just heard a Capital One commercial being dubbed over that. So I was like, the fucking single. Like, what do you have in your pocket?
Get that Capital One money.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over to my other computer here, and I'm gonna put on June Swoon's new track.
The summer kind of coming around.
It's called Play Something I Know. And let me just make sure this is working. Why is that screen still up? Why can't I see?
Hey, Ross, next time you have a song that you're like, fuck this song, submit it to like Capital One and like they'll make it their jingle.
No, literally just give it to Kenny.
You'll just cash in from that. You won't, and you'll just have to coast on that. You'll never have to learn about song arrangements or anything. Like that. You can just like be as good as you are right now.
We're gonna hear Ross's theme in a Capital One song because Jeff sold it and didn't. Say, we're like, oh, sorry, Ross.
Like it's my song.
Thank you. You're absolutely right.
What?
Ross, next time you have a song that you're like, fuck this song, submit it to like Capital One. YouTube.
Can you guys, what do you guys see on the screen right now? Do you see Spotify or do you see Spotify plus a...
I see Spotify.
I see Swoon. I see Swoony.
Okay. Sorry, it took me a minute to get that together. But yeah, so Julie, man, I've got great stories about Julie. Julie played in a band that Matt and I were in. Matt Nielsen, who is right down here, for about 3 weeks, maybe a month. We used to have another girl named Julie who went on to be a pretty successful folk artist named CFBs. But when she started to work more on that project, we needed someone to replace her in our band. She was playing bass in our band. So we asked Julie here, June Swoon. And she played with us for a while, and it was years ago. It had to be like 10 years ago. Had to be. What am I? About to be 30? Yeah, at least 10 years ago. And I recently reconnected with her because Alex, my drummer in Completer and the drummer who was on that UA recording that you all just heard, got a random Craigslist inquiry from her to be his fucking roommate last year. I think it was last year. And then they moved in together, and he was like, yeah, I live with this girl, Julie. And I hadn't talked to her since we were not being a band anymore. And she was like, Jeff? And I was like, because I went to like practice and complete or be in LA for whatever reason. I do that. And she was like, Jeff? And I was like, Julie? What's up? And yeah, ever since then, we talk pretty frequently. And she played piano on the last UA record, which came out fantastic. It's one of my favorite songs on the record, the Westbury Sunrise. It's it's called Westbury Sunrise, not the Westbury Sunrise, but it's the last track on the record. She played the piano on it.
I heard that song like endlessly, trying to like decipher the piano part with Cliff, trying to help him like pull it apart.
I mean, I sent him just the piano track, but
we got a little far. He wasn't confident, but he could shred it. He just needs to play piano in front of people once.
Yeah, it's true. But she also started this project, June Swoon, and released this record. Like, she released a record before the single. I think it was last year. When was it? Matt, do you know?
It was the last. Like, I think it was after September.
Yeah, it was in the fourth quarter, as the business people would say. It was in the fourth quarter, and it was phenomenal. It was great. She recorded it actually probably 4 minutes from where I live right now at a studio in Richmond, California, with a girl, I think her name is Liz from Mutt, and it sounds great. But she just released this, I think last Friday, and it's so good, and I'm very ready to listen to it. Let's go.
Any day.
really okay, so if you really like that, go back and listen to her whole record. It's a lot like that. It's not.
I love just all the fucking heavy tones. Like everything sounds like it could be like just straight up in a metal album, but it's not.
Right?
Yeah, it's real good. She's very. It's cool because I'm pretty sure she just recently taught herself to play guitar, and she played in Miserable with Christina for a little while. But I think it's of the last 3 or 4 years that she taught herself to play guitar, and it was like, I don't want to play piano anymore. Just want to sing and play guitar, and created this very, very sick band called June.
Oh, she's so good. I'm bummed out. She'd asked me to play bass for her, but at the time I was gone too much. I couldn't. So our good friend Carter now plays bass for her, and he's like, and now look at you. And I'm like, dude, fuck yeah, that band's great.
Carter, Bree Carter?
Carter, that's the Carter, yeah.
Bree Carter. Got it. I'm going to put it on this Rocks track. I will
dip out after this Waves track.
All right.
Guys.
All right, let's do it.
That's great. Ross, that was your first track with Waves?
No, I went down there 2 times to LA, and that was the second time I went down there, and that was like the first song we recorded on the second trip.
It sounds cool. Definitely a huge departure from the other stuff.
Yeah, it was weird because this guy Dave Sidetech, right? He's the dude that did Yeah Yeah Yeahs. I thought he would have more direction than he did. But he was just like, just keep on doing what you're doing. He thought that I had already written this crazy cool part for this song, which I hadn't. I was just like, dude, this is the first time I fucking played this song. And he was just like, okay, well, keep doing that. It sounds cool. Hit less cymbals. Don't use the crash as much.
That's and even as a producer,
those were his only tips were just don't hit the crash and just keep the beat. And I was like, okay, cool, sounds good. What the fuck? It just felt so strange, to go to this guy that we're paying a lot of money to record this record. He probably costs $5,000 a day or something.
I wonder if that's the direction he gave the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. Just don't hit the crash.
Yeah, seriously. Well, that drummer is way better than I'll ever be. So.
Dude, that drummer is insane.
Ross, do you remember that time we met Brian Chase?
Oh my god, yeah, dude, at fucking Nightlight, dude.
Oh my god,
in front of 5 people,
dude. I can't believe this is the greatest demo shop that no one is watching.